Hello, welcome to a game versus PCG 123. This game taking place here on Concealed Hill, and this game was taken from the Douyu Cup 2021 Season 1 or Division 1, as things are already getting underway. Hello, thank you for stopping on by, having a great time casting WarCraft 3 games this morning before I have to transition off and do a whole bunch of other stuff that, I have to do. I don't know. Well, yeah, I have to do. Couldn't find a nice transition there. Thank you for the follow. My katakana, or is that hiragana, is no good. Yeah, that just not that good. I haven't practiced my my Japanese in quite some time. Gomenosai. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down in this matchup here. Altar of Kings, Barracks. What type of hero are we going to be looking at in this human versus undead matchup? Sock going up against PCG 123. As we are looking at Death Knight, it's katakana, very polite. Watashi wa kurota desu. Dozo yoroshiku. Crypt Lord alongside Ghoul is going to be coming in. Meanwhile, we are looking at the Archmage alongside some footmen. Web weave. All right, let's go ahead and make sure. Well, we'll see what's going to be going down here. Footman now making its way off to the north, going to be doing a little bit of scouting. We'll see where everything is going to be going here. Ghouls are going to be added in. We are looking at a Crypt Lord here, and we'll see what he does. Is he going to pick up a Sacrificial Skull and try to do a fast expansion? We are looking at clearing out a 4-3-3 creep camp here. Militia also being called over as well. Getting called over as well. Archmage going to go ahead and pick up the Gloves of Haste, finish off the remainder of this Forest Troll Berserker camp pretty easily. All right, there it goes, getting taken down. Archmage now with Gloves of Haste, slightly faster attack speed, and will need to get Brilliance Aura to really get going. Archmage down to the south here, drops down a Giant Sea Turtle. And going to go ahead and finish things off once more. Water Elemental absorbing quite a bit of damage, but that Brilliance Aura coupled with the bonus mana from leveling up will give him, nearly enough mana to drop another Water Elemental shortly. Meanwhile, back off to the north, PCG 123 setting up a fast expansion of his own. We are looking at a bunch of Null Assassins here, spreading a lot of poison damage, so this could potentially be dangerous, and the Footman here is just trying to find ways to cause problems. Crypt Lord does get to level 2. He was trying to get that last hit there, and it looks as though the Crypt Lord consistently getting that last hit, making that making it difficult for that Footman as well, trying to just bring back a little bit of extra gold. Footman will be forced to retreat back here in just a moment. A full surround on that Null Overseer. Crypt Lord staying strong at level 2 as the Ziggurat is going to be placed down first with a Nerubian Tower. Down to the south here, Sock going to get up to level 3. Level 2 Water Elementals available. There is that Crystal Ball. He already knows that there's an expansion here, so where is he going to use it next to try and reveal his, opponent's location? Well, I can't tell. I really can't tell. All right, Footman healing off to the side here. Crypt Lord staying at level 2 has a Ring of Regeneration as we are looking at a fast expansion attempt coming in from Sock. All right, 4-minute mark. Both sides are building up ways to get additional gold. Both sides staying at tier 1, and the Archmage, staying at level 3 right now, will be able to benefit, perhaps trying to go after some additional creep camps too. All right, one of the difficult parts of Concealed Hill is that a lot of the center creep camps are actually pointing towards the middle, which means that it is very easy to get creep jacked. Archmage now making its way off over. Ghoul is going to make its way down here, and a little bit of damage could be done. Are we going to perhaps see a bit of a surround here? Water Elemental now a little bit too far away from the action, and that's missing a bit of time life. So Sock not going to be able to get as much damage as he wants with this Water Elemental. Could be a complete waste of 125 mana as the units are now looking to engage here. All right, going to try and get a surround off onto a Ghoul. No such luck. Archmage is here. Water Elemental perhaps going to try and keep track of where those, if any additional ghouls are coming in from the east side of the map, as the ghouls are now retreating back off to the north. A little bit of a feign attack, it appears to be. Water Elemental getting some damage onto some ghouls, now trying to, well, walk away. And as the Archmage and the Footman are going to be offering a little bit of protection. There is an Arcane Tower to try and stop the beetles as well. Undead versus Human, 5 minutes, and both are on 2 base. Yep. Girls eat breakfast. Okay. Crypt Lord now, well, going round and round in circles. No guard tower, only an arcane tower to try and, well, deal damage to those beetles here. We are looking at the Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord does have level 2 beetles, as we are getting a Staff of Teleportation onto that Archmage here. Archmage going to try and put a little bit of pressure back to the other side, perhaps finish off one of those beetles. Footman trying to cause a little bit of disruption as well by getting in the way and making that Crypt Lord slow down, but the Crypt Lord is actually still moving fairly fast. Teching the tier 2 has already begun on both sides. A Death Knight and Mountain Kings should be joining here. There's a quick impale onto the Archmage. Archmage could be in trouble. Boots of Speed, however, and able to shake off drops of Water Elemental, and those Water Elementals able to deal quite a bit of damage to the ghouls that are just simply running on by. Archmage trying to retreat back off to the north there. Fast movement speed, will be able to get away without much of a problem. Perhaps going to try and take down that ghoul. 2 more shots onto that ghoul will finish it off, but that ghoul fairly well protected, as Sok doesn't want to risk losing that Archmage just to try and take out a ghoul. All right. Water Elemental looking to finish off another ghoul right there. It doesn't look like it will work. A beetle could get taken out. Another ghoul. Thank you for the follow. As we're looking at this Water Elemental getting taken down here. All right. So far, it looks like it's just a lot of engagement and a lot of just trying to throw your opponent off their game. There's a good amount of ghouls, and the threat of a surround is always very large. However, there hasn't been that many straight up engagements. Both sides invested largely into tier 1 units as well. And you can see, well, just the number of ghouls that are currently out on the battlefield. A Footman trying to disrupt a lot of the mining off over here. Crypt Lord should be able to, well, protect this expansion, as the Archmage and the Water Elementals are now going after the other side here. All right, Water Elemental is going to go ahead and go on pushing. There's some ghouls perhaps going to get taken out. More damage added on up. 2 more shots. 1 more shot should be enough, as the ghouls are getting finished off by that Archmage. All right, this is going to be a lot of damage. There goes an impaled. A couple of Footmen are going to get taken out as well. And Sokka is sitting on 45 supply. Meanwhile, PCG 123 also sitting on 45 supply. Ghoul finishes off there. Crypt Lord is at 3.5. Archmage is still putting in a lot of pressure, finishing off Acolytes, as more Acolytes need to be trained up at the Halls of the Dead, which will delay tier 2. Or, excuse me, tier 3. Delaying tier 3 is absolutely key here, as you want to stop and the mountain or the Lich from being get that Orb of Corruption. Anytime you can delay that, that is incredibly important, as delaying tier 3 stops the 3rd hero and the item from the shop as well. Back off to the north, we're looking at the Necropolis here, retraining up some Acolytes. Acolytes were transitioned back over, and we are now at full saturation once more. Tome of Knowledge being left behind here. Is the Crypt Lord going to go after that item there, as the Archmage sitting at level 3, well, tries to finish off and perhaps gets some additional experience for that level 2 Brilliance Aura. Tome of Knowledge in the back off over here. Archmage doesn't seem to be wanting to read it. Crypt Lord is in position, going to be doing a little bit of chasing. And look at this army. It is all just pretty much summoned units at this point, as we are looking at the death of a gargoyle right there. Death Knight could have made its way over. 1 more shot. No, Death Coil is a day late and $1 short right there. But 2 quick deaths on those Water Elementals gives that Death Knight a good start to level 2. Archmage sitting at level 3. It's like Zerglings versus Zerglings. Well, more like Zealots versus Zealots. It's just, well, the units just don't want to seem to die. So, yeah, it's like a Zealot versus Zealot battle. It's not like they're just falling all over the place. We're going to see a Stormbolt onto, yes, Stormbolt onto the Gargoyle. Gargoyle could end up getting taken down. How long is that stun? 1 or 2 more shots should be enough. Well, 1 more shot right there. And yes, the Gargoyle came back for more punishment. All right. Mountain King using that Stormbolt very effectively at taking down the Gargoyles and to get a little bit of experience. Meanwhile, back across here, Flying Machines are taking to the skies as the Archmage uses a Staff of Teleportation, should be getting up an Arcane Vault, and using a Scroll of Regeneration alongside a Clarity Potion to heal up some low hit point footmen. We are looking at dual Arcane Sanctums, and that is a lot of gold for Sock right now. He perhaps needs to get a Goblin Shredder to, counteract the current problems he has with a lack of lumber. 1,700 gold with only 100 lumber in the bank. Meanwhile, footmen are throwing up defend, reflecting damage back, and should be able to clear out this creep camp at the Fountain of Health pretty easily without losing far too much. Red Drake is constantly getting healed though by those Forest Troll Berserker, or Forest Troll High Priest, excuse me. Red Drake finally taking out level 2 Brilliance Aura available as the footman, down to 4 hit points. Is it going to fall here? It looks like it could fall. Yep, finally gets taken down, not able to reflect that last bit of damage back. All right, yes, Fountain of Health, fighting next to a Fountain of Health. Sock needs to head back over, get that footman down to 12 hit points, nearly gets taken out, and now we see the army getting ready to move again. Why would you stand 10 feet away from a Fountain of Health when you have so many low hit point footmen? You do not want to do that. A quick impale could all of a sudden give a large amount of experience to your opponent. Grabs the priest. Luckily, none of the other units for Sock were caught in that impale. That would have been a quick death. Archmage now accompanied by a paladin. Crypt Lord now accompanied by a lich who has already purchased an Orb of Corruption. Even though it's not off on the map right there, we are looking at Frost Nova as that ability to pick off trailing units. Now, important thing to note, Mountain King does have Rune Bracers. Rune Bracers, incredibly important in the human versus undead matchup, able to protect yourself from all of that Death Coil, Frost, Nova damage. May even belong on the Archmage if you find that your opponent is just trying to pick off your Archmage far too much. Rock Golem down to dead pretty quickly. Item 1, a mana stealing, and also taking up a Tome of Intelligence. Mountain King up to 255 mana already. Crypt Lord, full on items. Death Knight and Lich, not quite so much. Fly Machine getting cleaned up right there as we're looking at the Archmage making its way off to the north. Knights do not have Sundering Blades, and remember, this is all being built off of one barracks. In order for the upgrades to really work, the barracks needs to also train up Animal War Training and Sundering Blades to deal with these. Well, there are no Crypt Fiends, so no need for Sundering Blades as of yet, as the Archmage now trying to back away once more. All right, Scroll of Town Portals just maneuvering all over the place. A couple of, Ziggurats were taken out. PCG 123 now upside down on supply. We'll need to resummon those. Tome of Knowledge is right there. Knowledge is at your local library, but no one visits that. No one visits the library any longer. Coming back across, Mountain King sitting at level 2, may get to level 3 here. Or get closer as mortar teams are joining in on the battle. Mountain King, I don't believe will get to level 3, but with mortar teams, you can actually press on in pretty easily. All right, we're looking at multiple Crypt Lords looking to engage here. Double Workshop Flying Machines, Arcane Tower getting in that damage. Archmage pushing back in from the far side, 78 supply compared to 70. And which Crypt Lord do you try to dodge? That is the question. That's the reason why you go Crypt Lord. Illusions, you don't know which one is the real one, and if you don't know which one is the real one, then that's a problem. All right, Frost Nova clearing up some of the things here. Book of the Dead was used, a major impale, and all of a sudden Sock is in a bit of trouble. Holy Light trying to save those units as we are looking at the Necromancers pushing in strong. All right, we do have Mastery training on the Priest, but no sign of Dispel Magic as of yet. And this Necromancer wagon push all of a sudden completely catching Sock off guard. PCG 123 taking a play out of the European Undead playbook, and with an Undead Necromancer timing attack. Staff of Sanctuary saving another Knight there, but both Knights could end up getting taken out as the Skeletal Mages are focusing down those units still. All right, mortar teams in the back hoping to take down some of those necromancers. 62 supply compared to 53. Mountain King with level 2 thunderclap hoping to slow things up, but really more priests are needed, and those priests are just not sticking around as long as they should. Mountain King retreating all the way back. Inner fire on that Mountain King. Remnants of armies belonging to that priest. But yeah, that sudden necromancer army, the skeletal minion army, completely catching things off guard. 47 supply compared to 58. We saw the number of knights lost right there. And, well, more importantly, perhaps, we are looking at a level 5 Crypt Lord, a level 4 Death Knight, and an almost level 3 Lich. Once we see a level 3 Lich, things are going to go from bad to worse for Sok, as that Frost Nova damage is just so much stronger. Shockwave ripping through the Necromancer army as the Lich, wow, didn't get to level 3 off of that. Only got a little bit more experience as the Crypt Lord stole some of that experience away from that Lich. All right, Paladin. The Lotion Aura Knights are here. No Sundering Blades that I see at all. This creep camp will get cleared up. Sok is going to be able to rebound pretty easily. PCG 123 now the one with a large amount of lumber, as the Lich does get to level 3 for level 2. I got to assume it's level 2 Frost Nova. Forest Troll High Priest getting taken out there. Wand of Illusion. Death Knight could easily use the Wand of Illusion on the Crypt Lord again. And, well, you saw how problematic or how effective that was. Tome of Knowledge being completely ignored. It's right there. It's right there. Nope. All right. Mortar teams. Now, plenty more priests. Sok has had time to respond. A beautiful Stormbolt right there as we saw a mid-animation impale. Flying machines now trying to take down the unit as the Paladin could be in trouble. Paladin gets impaled very quickly. Doesn't have a Divine Shield as the Paladin falls at level 3. Archmage drops a Water Elemental Scroll of Town Portal to try and get away. Mortar teams, are they going to be able to start splashing down some of those Necromancers? Yes, they are able to get some Necromancer damage across as the units are now making their way to the bottom left. PCG 123 with meat wagons, with Necromancers ready to engage once more. Sok with mortar teams ready to fight within the confines of his base. Who's going to come out on top here as the mortar teams, if they're able to freely hit units, that is going to be a bad news for 123. However, workshops are already under distress as well. A couple of, well, units in the back not engaging. Thank you for the follow, as the Necromancers have to be incredibly careful. Obsidian statues will run out of mana very quickly in a Necromancer-style army since there's so many units to try and heal. Necromancer still popping up more units out onto the ground, but the Skeletal Warriors are not actually engaging. And what is the point of having a skeleton army, a throwaway army, if you don't throw it at your opponent? All right, more damage adding in. 60 supply compared to 71. Skeletal minions going after the Paladin that was resurrected at the tavern, as we're still looking at more pressure making their way through. Meat wagons can easily start putting in pressure. Disease cloud spreading across all of the human base right here. Staff of Sanctuary saving there as the Archmage. Did it go for a Tome of Retraining? Yes, it went for a Tome of Retraining. The Paladin actually brought in a Tome of Retraining, and now it transitioned into Blizzard to try and zone things out. Archmage, does it have enough mana? That is the question here. It needs to get up to level 5 for level 3 Blizzard. Once it gets up to level 3 Blizzard, it can really add up that damage more and more, as we are looking at damage add up over time here. All right, Archmage still perhaps going to get to level 5 right there. Now level 3 Blizzard has a little bit more mana again, and now going to try and drop it down again and again. All of those skeletal mages are going to get taken down here, and a beautiful hold by Sok to try and stop this. But is it too little, too late, as he is down by 20 supply? Mountain King, if given the opportunity, or is going to try to come back into this. Paladin is in a lot of trouble. Frost Nova there, it's going to get taken out. Mountain King trying to retreat back, takes a Death Coil in the back. Stormbolt onto the Death Knight, but still, the Death Knight is not in danger at all. 40 supply compared to 60. Even with Blizzard raining down, destroying the undead here, it doesn't look like it is going to be enough. Blizzard causing so much damage here in Warcraft 3. Archmage continuing to push back again. Gargoyles and Necromancer still hanging back as well, as the Archmage is just hanging on here. Guard tower damage guard tower damage coming back across as the Mountain King going to try to line up one last thunderclap as well, as we're looking at so much damage here. A bunch of skeletal minions could get taken out once more. And yeah, Archmage holding in the back here. Brilliance Aura trying to keep everything alive. It is level 2 Brilliance Aura again. And, well, even with so much damage from Blizzard, WarCraft, the Undead Army, is still alive. And it looks like Sok is not going to be able to hold on to this at all. Not even trying to take that center expansion right now. What is going on? Staff of Teleportation. Paladin going to go ahead and teleport back on over. Death Knight. There goes another Impale. I believe, yes, it hits the Archmage. Archmage unable to, well, cast Blizzard any longer. It is trying to break free. There's the Dispel Magic, followed by a Death or a Frost Nova on the Sok's Archmage. And PCG123 takes down Sok with the surprise use of Necromancers. The Necromancers completely catching Sok off guard, coming out of the woodwork, and, well, building up their own army and making their own game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.